Good morning. I'm Craig Hall and welcome to Down Memory Lane for June 22nd, 2023. Each week we go over the history of Heber and LeFlore County. 1 year ago today, in 2022, LeFlore County was to have several runoff primary elections. Dr. Don Schoberg, Poto Superintendent, announced his resignation. Commissioners approved appropriations for jail. The Heber School Board approved the stipends of $1,200, and Cameron archer Jake Coffin won a world championship. 10 years ago, in 2013, disaster designation paperwork was submitted to FEMA. The second annual Runestone Motorcycle and Car Show was to be held that week. The Florida County Health Department plans back-to-school bash. Carl Albert State College hired a business vice president. Heber police arrest alleged murder suspect. Eastern Oklahoma Medical Center hired a new CEO. Ledger won the bid to publish commissioners' proceedings. Donald and Lucretia Frost celebrated their 50th anniversary. Hodgson Fire Department was holding a firework fundraiser. The White Mitchell reunion was planned, and the CASC Development Foundation honored the Holton family and Joey White. 20 years ago, in 2003, the city was set to consider their budget. Traffic was now moving on the Poto Bypass. A new wing of the Kerr Conference Center and Museum was dedicated. Heber police arrest Heber woman on her third drug-related charge. Big Cedar Fire Department was awarded a grant. Cemetery Association planned an annual meeting. 3 teachers with a combined 87 years of experience were resigning from Heber Public School. They were David Dwan, Danny Edwards, and Gary Billings. 30 years ago, in 1993, residents were protesting the Bunkhouse Tavern in Heber. The house school finances appeared to be improving. Heber School Board discussed bond for a new school cafeteria. Quality of city water was to be discussed at the Heber Utility Authority meeting. Mary and Howard Little Jr. celebrated their 50th anniversary. Worcester First Baptist Church celebrated their 100th anniversary. The Heber Fire Department was called out to Simple Simons after a sign caught fire, and a Worcester woman was killed in an auto accident. 40 years ago, in 1983, 10 Heber students got all A's at Carl Albert State College. Mr. and Mrs. I.P. Renfro observed their 50th anniversary. Corp engineer raised the level of Worcester Lake. Over 300 people attended a quilt show. Sales tax for Heber dropped. City manager position in Heber has 7 applicants. Lucky Lane Bowling Center in Poto burned. 50 years ago, in 1973, Buck Stewart was retiring after 27 years with the post office. Ira Bullard was named commander of the American Legion post in Heber. Hodgson School Board offered building for sale in order to build the gymnasium and cafeteria. The new KitchenAid dishwashers were in at the Appliance Center in Heber. Folgers coffee was 70 cents per pound at Piggly Wiggly. Jerry Hines had a 1969 Ford and camper for sale. Clem Burrows had a self-propelled lawnmower for sale, and Turner Texaco promised it could check out your car's air conditioning. 60 years ago, in 1963, the newly reconstructed Queen Wilhelmina Lodge on Talamina Drive was set to open. The inn was originally constructed in 1898 by Arthur Stilwell and the Kansas City Southern and Gulf Railroad. Large number of voters approved keeping parking meters in downtown Heber. County federal officials destroyed a whiskey still north of Octavia. Lloyd Sims of Lloyd's Radio and TV had a 1947 truck for sale for $250. A trip of the KCS Southern Belle was still considered a thrill at that time. Regular size hamburgers were only 15 cents at the Red Hen Cafe in Heber. Heber Ice Company had ice cold watermelons for sale. Tate's had casual wash and wear Levi's available, and Folgers coffee was 65 cents per pound at S&B Grocery. 70 years ago, in 1953, the Aiken Lumber and Planing Mill north of Heavener was destroyed by fire. Curtis Norville was closing down the Heavener Bakery in July since the business had not been profitable that year. Paving company was taking applications to blacktop city streets. Hall Funeral Home and Burial Association had been sold to Glenn L. Dowden effective July 1st. Folgers coffee was 88 cents per pound at Smittle's Grocery, and cigarettes were only $2.17 per pound per carton at Olive Brothers Grocery. 80 years ago in 1943, Bud Wilson's home on the east side of town was damaged by fire. The annual Arkansas-Oklahoma Rodeo was set to start in Fort Smith. Burl Robinson was injured at the Heavener Ice House. He was loading ice when the chute gave way, dropping him some 20 feet to the ground. Local residents have found the OPA failed to place a cap on prices at the post office. A new GE refrigerator was $569.95 at Rogers Hardware Company. Milk from Ryburn Dairy in Heavener vowed it would help maintain a balanced diet in those days of meat shortages. Maxwell House coffee was 33 cents per pound at Henry Moore Grocery. Herman Sharp of the Walk-Up Cleaners in Heavener promised to pay a penny each for coat hanger. 90 years ago in 1933, Heavener Blues were going to throw a big picnic. The Heavener post office was downgraded to third class because of declining revenue. Adams 5 and Dime store in Heavener was having a 9-cent sale on brooms, lipstick, hair oil, razor blade, and fly swatters. And Waddle's Cafe installed airplane fans for the comfort of their patrons. 100 years ago in 1923, Mrs. G.W. Taylor of Coaldale was driving into town when she heard a hissing sound, which she assumed was a leaking tire. As she pulled to a stop, a 7-foot-long snake crawled down her shoulder and out onto the running board. She said she now inspected her car closer before entering it. The Globe Furniture Company was having a sale with prices lower than in 1914. The auto service station had purchased a new battery charging machine, and V.O. Crawford had invented a new anti-butting machine which kept bulls or cows from hooking or butting people. We thank you for joining us this week, and we hope that you enjoyed it, and we'll come back again next time.